Hey guys, and welcome to Conquest of Elysium 4 with me, Time and Tactics. This is a game created by Illwinter Game Design, the Swedish game studio that created Dominions 5 most recently. This game is somewhat similar. It is a strategy game, fantasy, take over the world style game, but it's different from Dominions. This is my first Let's Play of it completely all the way through. So I do know the basics, but we'll see what happens as the game gets going. First of all, let's set up the map options. I'm going to go with a medium map. I think that's good for my first game. 50 by 36 squares. Society, yeah, well, that tells the game what type of map we're getting. From the Dark Ages down to the dawn of a new empire. Depending on what you pick here, you get more cities, aggressive wildlife, things of that nature. So I'm going to leave it at random. We'll see what we get. Advanced options, I'm going to go with enable scroll graph so we can look at that throughout the game. And that should take care of that. Now, set up participants. Now, just like Dominions, you can have a lot of different nations in the game and a lot of different opponents. I'm going to go with a specific class, Empire, for myself. Nation, if you like. And then I'm going to set the AI to random. Let's pick one more AI. I'm going to pick a different color there. And I want to say I want to be a senator right up here. Now, these are all the classes that you can be. So you want to take over the world, right? But every class here has a different way of doing that. And they approach the world in a different way. Let's look at the senator and see what he does. There's a lot of backstory here, but basically it's like the Roman Empire. So think about the Roman units that they had in those days. That's what we have. So we're not going to have spellcasters, wizards right up front, but we might get it later. So don't think we don't get to do magic. But anyway, so if we go down here at the bottom, we can see our abilities in the game. We get a 50% increase in gold income, which is really good. 50% increase in trade value, which is great. We can convert gold to iron, or the other way around. Watchtowers can be used at citadels, and that means, well, citadel is where you can recruit units, so you have more options to do that. Augurs, that's one of the units we can get, I guess. They can use scrying to gain information from distant places. Revelers, also units we can get a hold of, can bring forth magical beings, satyrs, menats from ancient forests. And we can declare or proclaim ourselves emperor if we get the capital of the world. We have to find it though first. And we also have access to more wizard mercenaries, even without having a magic library. Normally, you need to have magic libraries to get those, and the more you have, the easier it is. I'm going to go ahead and look at the manual here. I have it up on a different screen. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And I think that pretty much... The manual has a few other pieces of information, but I think that's pretty much it. We'll take a look at it once we start up the actual game here. So that's going to be us, the senator. And we're going to keep random for AI. When it comes to the difficulty level, Jester is the default, and that's this one here. That means that the AI doesn't get any boost, and we don't get a boost either, or he doesn't get any negative modifier. Piss Boy, that makes it easier for us. So I'm going to go with one level up. Butler. That means they get 25% boost to, or extra income, extra iron, 25% wherever they can get, wherever that could apply. So I'm going to pick Butler for all three. And we're going to see what we get when the game starts. You could set up teams. We could make it even harder to set up these two guys as a team, but I don't want to do that for this time. Unique random players, yeah, let's do that. I don't want to have competing AIs based on resources. Depending on who you are, you might use or not use certain resources. Okay, we're creating the world, and this is it. The name, well, we're going to be Time and Tactics. That's our senator. Okay, the game has started. We get a message. Recruitment offer. 1 centurion for 41 gold. Well, what does that mean? Well, we don't know yet. Let's click OK, and we'll take a look at the world. So here's the world. And we are... anything we control. We have those little marks around, the green marks around the square. So here's our town, Centra. And we have also an outpost over here. And on that outpost, we do have 2 units. Time and Tactics, that's the Senator. He has 3 action points left. And Penius here, who is a Centurion. I'm going to take a look at him in a minute, I think. Looking around the world, you can see that we have an ocean here. We cannot enter the ocean. We don't have any units for that. We might get units later. You can find units that can be both in the ocean and on land. And it looks like there's some animals over here. A forest with a deer. Okay. There's a mountain. And it takes quite a few action points to get to the mountain. 3, as you can see by the boots there. Forest takes 2. Yeah, that's all we can see around here. We don't know which part of the world we're in, as we don't know what the climate is. And that makes a difference for us. But we do know that it is midsummer of year 0 right now. So what do? Well, the goal is to eliminate the other AI, in this case, enemies. So we need to expand and take control of the world. And to do that, we're going to use our resources. And in our case, we use gold and iron. And you can see that up here. We have 29 gold right now, no iron. And we also have 1 trade. There's a lot of other resources as well, but we don't have anybody that can use them. For instance, a wizard would use gems. We don't have any wizards. We don't have any information about that. There are other things as well. We'll see as we get into the game what that means. But for now, let's look at our income here. 9. So we have 1 town generating 4 gold and 1 outpost generating 2 gold for a total of 6. But since we are a senator, we get a 50% boost. So that's good. That means we get 9 per turn, which is a lot actually. And you can see that right here. Outpost, if you look at the bottom here in this area or down here, an outpost generates 2 gold per turn. And a town 4. We don't want to lose those. If you look at the other stats about the outpost, next to the gold coins, you see a shield. That means this is a fortification. So whenever somebody attacks, any unit we have on top of our walls, they get a boost of, well, they get 3 times as strong defending up there. If you have more than 1 shield, there's more fortifications. For every level, you get 3 times. You can see there's a little catapult there next to the shield. Again, down here. And that means that you have to lay siege to the town to take it. And then there's a crown at the end. That is our citadel. We can have more than 1, but if we lose our last 1, game over. And that's where we can recruit units as well. So any unit right now we recruit is going to come from here. Unlike the town, where we don't have this, it does generate 4 gold though, and there's 1 trade. And that is why we have 1 trade up here. And I'll show you what trade can do later on. There's a shield. Well, that's fortification boost. And you have to siege it as well. Nobody's in this town though, as you can see. We don't have a green marker here. Anything green is us. Anything gray is independence. And the others are the other colors here. And you can see who they are now. Druid, Burgmeister, and Dryad Queen. And we don't really know what they are. I'll look at them once we meet them. Okay, so we have our gold here. We're making money. We got a message. What was that about? 1 centurion with 41 gold. Well, let's look at our units that we can recruit. So here are the units. We are up here. You specify where they're going to be recruited. So if you have more than 1, they're going to show up. More than 1 place where we can recruit. They're going to show up here. We only have 1, our outpost. And here is Cincius, the centurion. And he has a short sword, so he's a leader. Just like the minions, you have a leader who can have units. And you need to have a leader. Those are the only ones that can move on their own across the world. You can have units in locations, like in the Citadel here, but without a leader, they can't move. So we can take a look at the actual stats here. Let's look at our actual units though for the stats when we get to that. Let me just quickly describe what we're looking at here for our recruits. So here are the typical Empire style, well, the Senator style units we can get. Veles, Hastatus, Princeps, Triarius, Ballistas. The green are special here. So these go in order basically of how good they are. Veles, they all kind of had similar weapons. They have a javelin and a spear. A javelin is a ranged weapon, and pretty low in initialized value here, or init value. The lower it is, the slower it is to be used, and not very much damage. If you go up here all the way to the Triarius, he has a pike only, but it's a long weapon. He can be behind the front line, as you can see up here, front minus that dash. He can be behind, he can stand on the second row and still attack. Really very useful. Also he has more hit points, but he is slow. Only 2 action points per month. So it's going to be really slow moving them around the map, right? But they do have a large shield, reducing the damage of incoming attacks by 0 to 3. And hit points, they have 9 compared to Velas. They have 5. And looking at the other stats that you can find here, strength, used to break free from entanglements if you spells, resist some stun effects, usually spells. Morale, are they going to run away? XP, he doesn't have anything right now. Once we get to 20, he's going to get some boost. Magic resistance, magic attack, spell effects, good to have a high number. Armor, this is heavy armor. He's reducing any attack by 2. And if you look here, we only do 1 to 5. So it could be reducing it to nothing. Any magical item will show up here. And that's pretty much how the units work. So if we look at the Valets, they have a javelin and a spear. Javelin has a range of 3 squares in a battle. 1 to 4 damage, not very much. He does have a shield though, reducing the attack by maybe 1, but no armor. Pretty weak. Next up is Hestatus, javelin and short sword. Again, okay, a little more hit points here. And he has a large shield, 0 to 3. So he could, and armor 1, so he can do a pretty good job there. Princeps, javelin, short sword, more hit points. And is a slightly better version there. And then finally, Triarius here. But if you look at the numbers to the right, how much they cost, yeah, they go up. And this is how much iron they cost. We don't have any iron right now, and that's where trade comes in. We can convert iron to trade. We have a ballista as well, and we can convert trade to iron, is what I'm trying to say. A ballista is used, well, you can use it as a siege weapon. Before a battle, you get an opportunity to attack, and then also during the battle, we get an opportunity to attack, doing a little bit less damage. Pretty good, but slow. Only 2 action points, so you don't want to keep that in any fast army. And then finally, we have a special unit here. It's a single standard bearer. It has a large shield, that's good. Local leadership, 1. Gets a morale bonus, and that 1 indicates how much you get. An extra morale for everybody. It's pretty good to have, and he's pretty decent at attacking as well. 8 hit points. And that's what we have right now. We can get more units later on. We can get a ton of different units, so don't worry about that. Now, our trade that we have 1. Let's go ahead and select that. We can choose to use our trade to buy or sell iron in our case. We only deal with iron as a resource right now. We'll see what happens later on. I'm going to go ahead and buy iron. I'm going to spend 1 gold per month, and I can buy then 1 iron, so a total of 12 per year, each month being a turn. I can also do buy at overprice. I'm going to buy 24 iron, but it's going to cost me 48 gold. That's a little bit too much, I think, right now. Let's just buy at normal price and get 1 per month. And if we go back to recruit units, you can see here, it's going to take a little while. But if we get 5, we can at least get a Hestatus here. And they have 7 hit points versus 5 for Velas, right? Morale 3, Hestatus, morale 4. So it's better, right? Right now, we could buy a standard bearer for 20 gold. We have 29. I'm tempted to do that because when we start the game, we do have some units. Let's take a look at them here. Pressing F1 to go up to this button over here. We can get a quick view of what we have. Time and Tactics has nothing. Phineas has nothing. But we do have a bunch of units at the outpost. So if we just right-click on our outpost here, you can see what it looks like. And this is the actual battle view for when somebody attacks the outpost as well. So we have a bunch of units here. This is our leader here. This is our Phineas, the Centurion. And here's our Senator. Now, we talked about our units, all the Roman-style units we had. If you look at the Senator, he has a fist. 5 hit points. Not the great morale. Let's keep him in the castle. 1 damage. Yeah, let's not go up with him and attack. Because if he dies, he has a special power to become Emperor. I don't know if I can get that back. So, let's make sure he stays home. But we can take our our Centurion here, who is a leader, basically. Decent amount of hit points, good morale, short sword, okay, but he's a leader. He can travel on the map. We'll assign some units to him. Let's select him here. Oh, let's do transfer units. That's all we have to do. So here we just get to see all the units. So he is the one with the white square around it. So we'll pick him there, and then now let's go ahead and pick the units that we're going to actually transfer to him. Now these, I think, are princeps here. Yeah, and we have 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to give all 5 to him. He's going to travel. It's going to be dangerous. So let's take 5. And back here we have Velas. Let's give 5 to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want the Hastadas as well. And these ones here. So we get a good mix. 5. Okay. Now let's double check and see that's what actually happened. So we have... did I set up... Oh, I transferred them to Time and Tactics. So what happened was here, I said transfer units, and I had Time and Tactics selected. Let's go back and unselect that. And that means that he is a sub-commander there. We don't want to do that. Let's unselect that and go back out. And now we can see Pennius again. Okay, let's do transfer units. Now he's green. So let's go ahead and pick our 5 Velas over here. 5 Princeps, and then 5 Hastadas as well. Now let's double check. Good thing I double checked that. Yep, you can see now he has 5. We have 10 units left at the outpost, and then our senator doesn't have anything. He doesn't need it. He's going to be at the outpost. So we're kind of weak at the beginning here, only having 1 commander that can travel the world. We can recruit somebody, and I'm debating if I should get... The only one I can get is the standard bearer here. Cost me 20. He's pretty good, right? He's a gladiator, basically, is what they explain, I think, down here. Yeah. He can still fight. And he does give a boost, morale boost, so maybe I'll get him. He's in the front row. Okay, he'll give everybody 1 extra morale. Let's take one of them. There. We recruited him. So we're going to say transfer units. There. Now we may want to modify sound. Sound effects. I think it's going to be too loud. We'll see. The first battle, you're going to know if it's too loud or not. Exit out of that. Maybe it's too quiet, but we'll find out. Okay, so he has units, you can see there. Commanding 16 units. Nothing for time and tactics, but that's fine. We've done what we can, I think. There's nothing else to do here. Let's go ahead and pick Pennius. And where should we travel in the world? We don't know. So what is convenient here? Well, he has 3 action points. Costs 2 to go to the forest. There's 1 deer. Maybe we'll go in there and take a look at that deer. We'll go up here. Select it, your leader. Left click, and then left click again. Ooh. Okay, there is a moose here. Moose. Hit points 30. Compare that to our guys. 1 to 6 damage. Not great, but he can hold out a long time. No armor either. What does he have? Trample. A trample unit will run over everyone that is smaller and in the way. That's not good. So, we're going to be smaller, right? And what is this here? Fast. 4 action points per month. He moved twice as fast as a normal unit in combat. Don't know. Let's look at the deer. The deer. 6 hit points. Not too bad, right? Also fast. Doesn't do very much damage. We can't kill it. Why would we kill it here? Well, it's a forest. There's nothing special. I do see something special, though. And that is up here. There's a coastal hamlet. 2 gold. Remember, we get 50%, so we get 3. Let's take our remaining action point and move into that. There we go. And now we went up to 12 because we got that 50% boost. Excellent. That is going to help us out a lot. At least when it's summer, as it is now. Once winter comes around, our gold production goes down. And we do have units here still, so I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go end the turn. And now everybody moved, and we do have access to stats. So we can see here, I'm green. I'm making the most money. That makes sense. We get that 50% boost. Red is increasing, so he did take over something, right? We can see all the other resources here. We don't have access to those right now. We can look at the iron. Nobody has it. So we are now slowly converting over our gold, 1 gold per month, into iron. But it's going to take a while before we can get more. And as you can see, we don't have any special units available right now. We're going to wait. I'm going to take my Phineas here. Where do we go from here? Well, I guess this is a plain. It's going to be pretty good to fast to get through here. Let's go up here. Okay. There's going to be water here, I think. So let's go up here. Ah, a coastal hamlet with 1 spearman and 2 archers. I feel this is going to be our first battle. Let's go ahead and attack them, but let's take a look at them first. So a spearman, hit point 6. Remember, Arvelis has 5. Hastatus has 7. They have a spear, but it's a range 1, so he can't use it at a distance. So that's fine. That's one guy, but behind him, there are 2 archers. 5 hit points. A bow and a short sword. The bow does 1 to 3 damage. Now, our armor is going to help us out a lot, right? So, and our shield. We'll see how much damage they will do against us. In this game, you don't actually control the units in the battle. They're going to be set up according to what type of unit they are. And you'll see what happens in the battle. So depending on the unit, they're going to take action. And right now, we don't have any spellcasters, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and attack this coastal hamlet. Okay, there's a battle there, and I think that's all I want to do. I have 20 left. I want to save that. We're attacking Independence. Yes. So here, we're looking at our units here to the left. All the green ones. Independent are gray. And battle round negative 15 to 0 means that any kind of siege weapon, catapult, ballistas, can fire then. And you can't do anything about it. But we don't have anything, so we're waiting for the battle to commence, and we'll see what everybody does. Here we go, battle round 0. We're moving closer. He's firing. We're throwing what? Our javelins. Range 3, remember that. So we are firing there, and he's taking damage. The red bar there, 2 damage. We took a little bit of damage here. You can see on the left-hand side. I'm not reading it, but you can see the damage that's being done. And here we go in. We almost lost this unit here. This Princeps, 1 out of 8. Whew, that was a close call. We made it. Now, if you take damage, they gain back hit points every month, every turn. 10% of their max hit points. Rounded up. So if they have 8, they make 1 per turn. So in 7 turns, they'll be maxed out. Now we can get 5 archers for 50 gold and 1 centurion, but it's fall. Let's see if we're in up north. No, I don't see any snow. So probably we're not very far north anyway. We can look and see if our units, how they're doing. Yeah, here we have this guy. He now has 2. He gained 1 right away. That's good, because he has 4 XP. Once we get to 20, we get a boost. So that's fine. So they're still doing fine. I can't attack anybody here, and I'm not sure how far I want to expand, because we have the other AIs there as well, but obviously we want to find out what's around us. We have 34 gold right now. Can we recruit anything interesting? Need 40 for valets, but maybe I want to go up to 5 iron here, and then get some Hastatus. Ideally, I want the Triarius here, because they're long weapons, and if they're long, they can attack from the 2nd rank, and that's, I mean, they're not going to die very easily, and they're going to do damage, gain XP, stick around for a while, right? So we're going to move him again, and I think I'm going to keep on exploring, maybe a little bit further north. Ooh, there's a lot of plains. Now, we don't know what era we're in. If it's the Empire era, there's going to be a lot of buildings, a lot of villages, towns, but I don't see any. Probably not the Empire era. So we'll see what happens. Should I go further north? Or should I start scoping this out? I think I'll go down here. Oh, okay. Demon Bay up here, and a guard tower down here. Now these are both very interesting. Interesting in different ways, right? There's a dead forest over here as well. So looking at the guard tower at the bottom here in this area, you can see it has 1 shield, so that's a defensive location, meaning they get a boost if they're on the wall. And there are 10 units, mostly archers, okay, and some swordsmen. There's also a catapult image there. That means we have to lay siege. It's a citadel, which means we can recruit units here if we take it. And it has that eye inside the pyramid. That means they can see around them 2 squares, not just 1, like normal. Demon Bay over here, it's a port, which, by the way, this one doesn't make any money. This one here makes 4 gold. For us, it would be 6. Also 2 trade, which means we can convert more gold to iron. 1 shield, that's fortification level, and a catapult. 11 units. So while they only have 11, they're going to be pretty strong on the wall. Pikeneers and crossbowmen. We can look at them. There is the leader, I think. A captain, 10 hit points. That's a good one. And then he has pikeneers. They are long weapons. They can be in the second rank. They can attack here, through here, I think. And up here we have crossbowmen. Do decent amount of damage. Range 5. Good long range. We're going to be attacking from this direction. They can fire 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a long ways away. Now down here at the guard tower, there is one High Lord. 13 hit points. Shield. Small shield. Leadership, just like our standard bearer. Local leadership. Wait a minute. Every unit here gets a boost. Our guy had this symbol, local leadership, I think it was, and only gave a boost to units within 2 squares. We'll double check on that in a second. He's also fast. He does good damage with a lance. A charge, I think it's only one time. Once per battle, yeah. But that's a lot of damage. That's going to be a tough nut to crack here as well. And then he has archers up here. Bow, 1 to 3 damage. What did we say about these up here? 1 to 5 damage and further longer range. Initiative value is actually low on this one. We look at the archers. It is the same. So they're pretty slow to act. We get to act before they do, I think. Alright, so I don't know if I'm ready to take them on, right? Because our units are not... I mean, they're not in great shape, and we don't have enough, I think. So let's keep on exploring. Dead Forest, we have 1 more action point. So let's go down here. And there's a lake. Costs 2 to get across. Okay. Well, I have 34 now. Can't really recruit anything, I don't think. Well, we have archers. No. 34. No, don't have anything yet. We'll go to end turn. 10 Hastadas for 65 gold. That sounds really good. 1 Serpent Acolyte for 73, and 1 Reveler for 62. If you look here, a Reveler, that's the one. Let me see here in my rule. Revelers can perform the ritual of revelry in Ancient Forest. So if we see an Ancient Forest, then we can get some magical beings. If we get this guy here. He's 62, we have 48. This one here, Acolyte, he has magic, Serpent Magic level 1. We don't know what that is. Once we recruit him, we'll see what he can do. And we can kind of select his spells. But I can't get him either, right? I have 48, and he takes 73. So we can't buy anything. But right now we can get the Hastadas. 10 of them for 65 instead of 5 for 45 and iron. That's a good deal, but I don't have enough money. That is very unfortunate here. Making 15. I wish I had more money. The deer is here. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to take my unit, right click. We're going to go down and explore a little bit more. Plain still here. We'll keep these in mind. Demon Bay would be good to get. There is the moose. He must have moved, right? I think so. I don't see any spawn points. If you see a special location, that could be like a spawn point for animals, and you may want to put a number of units there to park there. We have 2 more points left. I'm going to go down here. There's a farm. Only 1. 16. That's good. Down here, 1 bandit and 2 slingers in the forest. And the bandits are not great. They do have a bow, range 5. That's pretty good. And then the slinger, range 4. Not much damage. And we have a lot of armor. So we can take him out, I think. But that would be next turn. Yeah, and I'm saving money, 48. Yeah, let's go to the next turn. Okay, so nothing happened that turn, and now some wolves showed up. Wolves do what? Bite, 1 to 6. Can do. Initiative is pretty low, so slow. If I take Phineas and attack on the plane, I mean, I can do it. They can get XP. I stand to lose a unit or 2. I don't really need to attack, but I would like to explore as well, right? We'll take out these, I think, here. And now we have 63. What can we recruit? We got nothing. So I'm going to wait. We have 4 now in our iron, so close to getting a status if we want. Okay, so here they come, and we don't have any ranged weapons. Well, we do have ranged weapons, actually. We do have a range of 3 on the javelin, so that's not too bad. We might kill them here. Yeah, we did. So that's really quite nice. You can see the information over there. 1 Leo for 64 gold, and now it's winter. Let's see. Oh, it's winter everywhere, and unfortunately, our money drops right down because they do half there in income. So 7 still decent. 69. Recruit, we can get Mucius the Leo. He is a... Oh, wait a minute. He is actually quite good. So he is fire resistant and has leadership and enables recruitment of Princeps Solaris, and he's a magic user. So that is very interesting to me. Solar magic level 1. We don't know what that is, but I know from before when I tried it out, it is pretty good. So maybe we'll get him. I think I want to get him. Let's do that. It's going to be all our money, right? Take him. And now we have 2 commanders. Well, 3 actually, but 2 we can move around with. And here is Phineas as well. Mucius over here. Well, I think that will have to do for this time, guys. If you'd like this, come back next time. We'll do more of Conquest of Elysium 4. Bye, guys.